It's honestly one of those days where it's 32 degrees outside, it's freezing, but my apartment could not be more hot. They have the radiators on and the sun is streaming through, so I am sweating, but we're gonna power through. Let's go.
So go ahead and leave it. I don't know what's on your mind, and there's no way I can
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. Every week I share new videos related to baking tips and recipes and all things under the sun. Today we're actually going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to completely reorganize my kitchen with you. And when I say completely, I mean from top to bottom. We are taking everything out of the cabinets and we are getting this done. I've had this on my to-do list for months and it just really needs to get done, and I'm doing it today because I just don't really have a good system in place for how to store things. I moved into this apartment like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I don't even know. A while ago. And everything else in my apartment I feel like has a place, has a good system, but the kitchen is just not really quite there. We do have quite a bit of cabinet space, but the fridge itself is a little bit smaller, and I just need to find the best way to do things. So I'm going to show you step by step how I do this, offer some tips along the way in case you want to try it in your own home, and I'll show you the before and the after so you can see how everything looks once it's done. Since I work professionally as a pastry cook and I run the Baker's Almanac on the side, which involves lots of baking, lots of cooking, I am in the kitchen 24/7. So I need to make sure that it is well equipped and organized effectively so that I can get my job done. So without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's show you what I'm working with. Alright, so before we get into it, I wanted to show you a quick overview of my kitchen. If you've seen my apartment tour, you might have seen it already. I'll leave that link below if you haven't. But this is what we're working with. I love all the space. We have this amazing kitchen island, or peninsula, whatever it's called, which is great for cooking. And then all of these cabinets up here are great, and the dishwasher. And then if you loop around over here, there's actually more cabinets down below, which are really awesome to have. And then I use this primarily as like baking storage. So I use it for a lot of my baking goods and things like that, but it definitely needs a bit of a refresh and reorganization, and this drawer will not close. So let me show you how everything is right now. So over here is basically like the pantry storage, and as you can see, it's a bit overflowing, and the reason I have these things out is because they simply will not fit anywhere. I don't know what's happened here. I need to figure it out. I'm gonna just take everything out and figure out a better way to store it because this ain't working. Let's be real. Let's close that for now. Over here then is where we keep all of our dishes. You know, looking up, that's really all we have. I've really minimized the collection because it's just two of us living here. We don't need a lot, and this is fine for now. Up there we just have like, I don't even know. Oh, that's lovely. So the apartment came with a lot of extra things like this that we can't get rid of, so I just threw them up there. And then we have some Korean food of my boyfriend's. Don't really touch that. Up here we just have cat food and protein powder and some storage, extra flour and stuff. The one part of my kitchen that I actually like right now is down here, which is like all of our cleaning products and things like that. I don't really think this needs much of a refresh because it's pretty organized. This cabinet has become the catch-all for baking trays and ramen, so don't know how that happened. And then turning around over here, this is the part that I want to fix probably the most. All of our like Tupperware containers and different appliances are just kind of thrown in here. And then same over here, I got like my mixer, a rice cooker, and then just some other stuff. So that's what I'm working with today. The plan, let me turn you around. So that's what we're working with today. The plan is basically going to be to take everything out of the cabinets, just give everything a good clean, think about where things can go more effectively and put them back in order. I just want to find a better system that I know I can keep up with, because it's really about the day-to-day, finding what I'm encouraged and motivated to keep with. Like, I'm not just gonna be throwing things back in wherever they go. So figure out a system that works for me and then go from there. First things first, music. Okay, I officially have way too much stuff. This is everything out of that first cabinet up here, which is nice and empty. And so I'm just gonna go in and give everything a quick clean and then figure out a way to organize it better. It's kind of a mixture between like dry goods, which I like to store in these kind of like mason jar containers. I think they're great. Eventually I want to label them, but haven't found a label maker yet. And then I think the bottom shelf I want to keep to like different kinds of just pantry essentials that I use every day, because I do need a step stool to hit the top, so I want to put things I don't use as much up there. So these cabinets are looking pretty good. So a note to self, I'm going to go pick up a couple more of these mason jars. So these I get from Michael's and they're usually like $2. The smaller ones are like $1, but I need a couple more just to store things like extra nuts. I like using these quart containers too. I got these from H Mart, but they're not quite as pretty as the mason jars. So we'll try to move over to the mason jars at some point. So I need to get more of those. And another point is that I love using these. What are these even called? I don't know the name. But I use these to store like my chocolate chips and just like different bags and stuff that need a way to like clip them. They're like chip clips, but I bought these in bulk and they last such a long time and they're way cheaper than chip clips. So pick some of those up. All right, so I'm gonna move on over here. I don't really know if I'm gonna reorganize anything here, but I'm just gonna take it all out, give it a quick wipe down, and then put everything back, see if there's a better way to do it. So these cabinets are all done. I think it looks a lot, almost looks a lot less cluttered. I took like the water bottles out of here, so now it's just things to drink with, and I like that better. And then up here, it's all of our plates and our bowls. And then the crock pot, there's honestly not another place for it to go in this kitchen, so it's gotta go up here. But then I just put the stuff that we're not using as much. So like a little teapot, measuring cup, and those water bottles and stuff. And I think that looks good. me give you kind of an overview. I think I've accepted defeat on this cabinet. It's just gonna be half is Korean food because my boyfriend's Korean and likes all this stuff. And the other half is just kitchen appliances and parts that I cannot throw out. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below on what to do. I do not have any other space in this apartment for closet space to put this stuff. So I can't get rid of it. There's nowhere else for it to go. But let me know if you have any other ideas because I am all ears. So I think that's looking a lot better. So I figured out a way to take those protein powders off of the top of the fridge and put them into this cabinet. And I think it's really gonna help it look better. And then on here, we just easily need access to the cat food. So we grab that here and I just put some backup salt and pepper and sesame oil back there. So that is what it's looking like now. I think it makes the fridge look a lot nicer and not quite as cluttered. It's looking so much better. I had that shelf just like turned upside down, but actually using it makes me have so much more space. And so I think when I continue to clean, I'm gonna find more things that can go in here, but I love how empty it is right now. Success. Last but not least, this side. So this is the part that I really want to make sure I make a good system for, because right now I just put all of these Tupperware containers back in here very haphazardly. So I'm gonna figure out a better way to do that and then just kind of reorganize some of my baking tools and stuff. All right, so here is all of that stuff taken out. It honestly looks crazy. Just all kinds of like baking appliances and things like that. And I think I can find a better way to store them. So let's give it a shot. I basically turned it into all of the appliances. So we've got kettle, food processor, blender, toaster, and my mixer and the rice cooker all in here. So that way I know where to reach. And then over here, I think it's looking a lot better. So there's one more appliance, just the waffle iron had to go there. But then this is all of the Tupperware containers. I left the smaller ones out to easily see. And then just my cake turntable and a couple other things up there. But it's looking a lot better, honestly. All right, last thing to do then. I don't want this video to get too long, so I don't know if I'll do my baking supplies today, but over in here, I have it pretty organized, but I'm just gonna kind of tidy it up just a little bit. I know it kind of looks cluttered, but I know where everything is, I promise. Other drawer is over here, and this one I think is pretty good. It's just, you know, like silverware and batteries and things like that. I think, fingers crossed, we're all done. Like I said, I'm not doing my baking supplies because this video is going to be way too long. Let me know in the comments below if you want a separate video of me organizing my baking supplies, because I've got a lot. Spoiler alert. But let me show you everything that I did. I took everything out of the cabinets and you saw the whole process, but let me show you the finished results. Alright, so let's show you all the cabinets. This one is honestly pretty difficult to keep organized, but we're figuring out a system. Like I said, I'm gonna buy some more mason jars to make it look even better, but I think it's looking good for now. I wish we had more pantry space, but we make do with what we got, right? And then over here, not much changed, just like the dishes and everything, but kind of maximizing the storage I have down here. I think it looks better. The cabinet up there we're not going to talk about because it's the catch-all. This I'm really proud of, just the cat food and everything, and then I ended up putting that protein powder and the protein like shaker thing up there, so I think it really hides it away pretty well. Happy about that. New York City living in true form, I had to put all of the baking pans and trays and muffin tins in here, but that's just the way it's gotta go, not enough space. Pretty proud of this cabinet. This actually might be my favorite end result, I gotta admit. From before, this was literally just like the baking sheets were all in here, there was Korean food scattered about. I organized it up a little bit more, and then just down here at the bottom are some separate Tupperware containers, and this one I like to use for like salads at work that just don't really go with the other ones, and I wanted easy access to them, so they're in here as well. Turning around then, over on this side, pretty pleased with this as well. So I turned this side of the cabinet into all the appliances, so that way I know how to easily grab them and where they are. And then over here, this became kind of like the Tupperware cabinet, and there's even some extra space back there, and just a few other things that needed a home. The ultimate plan and goal now will be to keep all these Tupperware containers organized. Not the best at doing that, but I think I just might have to start organizing it every week or so just to keep it in good condition. But if that's what I have to do, then so be it. And that's a wrap. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different to my usual like recipe or baking tip videos, but I thought I would share with you because I thought it would be a little inspiring and then maybe get you involved in organizing your own kitchen. If you did like this video and you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I'm going to be sharing lots of holiday content in the upcoming weeks, and I want you to make sure you get all of that and get baking in the kitchen for all of those delicious recipes. And if you like this video, you're probably going to really enjoy my New York apartment tour. I went through and showed you the entire space, not just the kitchen, and share where I picked up everything and all of the different furniture that I have. So I'll leave that in a card up here or here, don't know where, and I'll also leave it linked in the description box below. Stay tuned for a new video coming next week as always, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and week until then. Bye!